From a handful of teams less than a decade ago to hundreds of teams across the country trying to get to the national championship, the growth of the Carhartt Bassmaster College Series has been phenomenal. And 2014 looks to be another amazing season. Guess what? We're right into the midsection of it right now. In fact, heading for home. Tommy Sanders here with you, and look at our special guest, Back to School. You seen that movie? We drew him back in.
Just
Mark
like
Zona.
Brett Favre, right? I cannot quit you, Tommy Sanders. I'm serious.
Well, maybe we'll graduate this time. Maybe we'll both graduate. Looking good, though, and let's take a look at where we're going in these three events we're going to cover today on the Carhartt Bassmaster College Series. First, we'll be taking you to the Western Regional Qualifier, all the way out in everyone's bucket list lake, Clear Lake in California.
Absolutely, and this is really one of the lakes that you can call a home run derby. And if you're going to win on Clear Lake in any tournament, Tommy, I hate to say it, you need to get ready. Bring your A game.
I like that. We can use that for college. Eastern Regional. The Eastern Regional, we're going to take you to BASSFest, this first ever gathering of everything bass fishing in the middle of the summer in Dayton, Tennessee. And the college program was a big part of that on the Watts Bar Lake just above Chickamauga, where this whole gathering took place.
And this time of year on Watts Bar, just like Chickamauga, you're going to have to bring it here too. The reason why, so much pressure on this chain of lakes through here, so much pressure on this lake, you're definitely going to have to rise above.
And that will wrap up our regional qualifiers, at least our regular season regional qualifiers. But for everyone who didn't qualify and others who just want to win another tournament, we've got a big event, the wild card event on Pickwick Lake on the Tennessee
And
River.
Pickwick Lake, really, you can almost compare it to Clear Lake right now. The reason why, Pickwick is really at the top of its game. We're going to see some giant catches here.
The regional qualifiers began the very first week of 2014, the 3rd and the 4th of January. Of course, that time of year, you head down to South Florida and Lake Okeechobee.
One of the best lakes in the country, but it would definitely be a slow, painful grind for our anglers. One of the reasons, cloudy conditions and a late winter, but when you're on Lake Okeechobee, that is what can show up.
Yeah, that's what showed up for Kyle Oliver and Hunter McCamey, the team from the University of Central Florida, with 39-12 to win that one. Up into Missouri, still plenty of winter time left at the Lake of the Ozarks.
Oh, there was in a big way, very cold water temps, kind of a jerk bait, swim bait deal, and this was more of a tournament of survival, just get keeper bites.
There they are. Mark Hughes and Cody Honor would win this one with 32 pounds, 13 ounces, and a very tough, very swollen Ouachita River at Monroe, Louisiana.
Well, I don't care what time of year it is. Whenever you go to the Ouachita River, it's going to be a grinder, and this was one. But there's a guy I like. He's my guy of the week, Trapper Munn.
Trapper Munn and Dustin Perkins, University of Louisiana Monroe, took the home advantage and brought this thing home. And now we're headed to Clear Lake in California.
And a bad lake on Clear Lake, really, it's a phenomenal lake on any other body of water in the country. From there, over to Watts Bar, part of the Tennessee River, and then one of the magical playing grounds right now in the country. Exactly right, Pickwick Lake.
Yet eyes on the prize, everybody striving through these regional qualifiers to make it to the College National Championship. And again this year, going to be held in the mountains of North Georgia, Young Harris, Georgia, and Chateau Reservoir. But let's get it started as we go all the way out to the West Coast for the Western Regional and legendary Clear Lake in California, this huge natural lake. And there's the standings after day number 1, and the team from San Jose State, large and in charge. That is Adam McAndrews and Roberto Munoz with 25 pounds and an ounce. This team knows they had it good on that day. Every decision they made seemed to work out just perfectly for them. But they also know that heading into day number 2 with the possibility of wins, it's going to be hard to say if you can sustain that pace.
Well, I'd like to think we're going to catch it tomorrow, but you never know. You just got to go out there, be positive, and try to catch as many fish as you can, because these college anglers are really good, and they always catch them.
That'll help. Freaking swallowed it again.
The Carhartt Bassmaster College Series is brought to you by Carhartt and by Livingston Lures.
That's Peter.
2014 edition of the Carhartt Bassmaster College Series. Right now, it's all about the regional qualifiers, the road to the national championship, which has taken us from Florida up to Missouri, down into Louisiana. We've got some qualifiers already, but there's a lot more names to shuffle around before we have a full feel for the championship. We're at the Western Regional Qualifier, Clear Lake in California. Tim Bailey, Jesse Scarafiati, one of two teams in contention from New Mexico State.
And here's the beauty of Clear Lake. When you get a bite, generally, it is an absolute giant. But the challenge generally here is getting it in the boat.
Oh my God! Oh, dang! God dang! Well, I think the reason we haven't been getting our early bites is because we've been swinging for the fences and been throwing big baits, big swim baits, because it's supposedly a big swim bait lake. There's one. Oh my gosh. Damn it.
That was a big one.
God, freaking munched it, dude. You need to tie this thing. You need to
I got one.
God, how did that break?
Ah, that's
Right
two.
at my swivel.
Was she out deeper too?
No, that one was up shallow.
Shallower?
But he freaking munched it, dude.
Dude, that was a good solid fish.
I can't believe that broke.
I can't either.
Dude, and I was just letting it go down. Yeah. Look, there's a decent one.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if it's on a... Good one.
Come on, keep the head down. Oh yeah. There you go, buddy. Bring her up.
Get it, there we go.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Attaboy.
What's that, 5?
Almost.
She's a
yeah.
5.
She's pushing 5.
Hey, she was deeper.
She's deeper.
Yeah. That's what we need right there. 4 more of them and we'll be looking pretty.
We decided we were gonna try something a little bit different early because we hadn't got an early bite yet, you know. We hadn't had anything that was real early. We had pre-fished Pirates Cove. We came in there this morning and it was just, they were there. They were all up in the, we were flipping, we were throwing weightless Cinco. It was a blast. It was a great start to our day when we had 4 fish in 20 minutes and we couldn't ask for anything better than that.
It's a lot of action for first half hour for us. We're used to just sitting there for about a couple hours before anything happens.
We always talked about, let's just sleep in until 8:30. We'll come out here.
Well, Jesse Scarafiati, whom you saw land that big one there, you might remember him from last year landing an 11-11 on Amistad Reservoir, so he's been around some big ones. As we get out to this team here from Chico State in California, Andrew Loberg and Michael Braswell.
Exactly, and the main thing that goes on here at Clear Lake is if you're on a 3-pound average, which is usually phenomenal anywhere we go,
Anywhere else,
you are out of the game. You have to make big calls here. I'm going to tell you, this kid right here, you look at this team, you look at this Braswell kid, he reminds me of Tommy, now get ready, just the look in general, he reminds me of Neymar from the Brazilian FIFA soccer team.
Does he?
I mean, he is on target every minute of the day.
Yeah. Yes! We just went from this to this. Look at that upgrade.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, let's get back out to our leaders from day number 1, Adam McAndrews, Roberto Munoz. You remember these guys knocked out 25-1 on day number 1, but like all these teams, a little bit different, a little windier. You got to change locations a touch.
Net. You got it, don't trip, you got it, here it comes. I'm gonna bring it right to you. Whew.
There you go. Way to come up clutch, man.
Oh, I thought it was grass for a second. I just ripped it out of that, popped it out of that grass with that moving bait.
You take the flip and turn real quick.
I got it. Here, grab the front. Man, yeah, that'll help.
Finally got your reaction bait fish.
I know, right?
Solid fish right there for San Jose State, and you know you're in good shape when you're asking if that fish right there will help you at all. Things are good.
A good one right there for the senior environmental studies major Adam McAndrews and, of course, the freshman Roberto Munoz. Let's get back to New Mexico State and the Aggies, who also had a tremendous day number 1. Jim Bailey and Jesse Scarafiati in the Pirates Cove area. Again, their fishing place from day 1, too windy to stay on.
We had a little more cloud cover this morning, I think, and then the winds definitely helped the bite. And we hadn't been doing good in the mornings until today, and it was the best start to a day we've had so far, and it was fun. But then things slowed down because of that wind. It messed up our afternoon bite. Once that wind stopped about an hour before weigh-in, we got back into them and culled a couple more fish. That sums it up, basically. Good one?
Yeah.
Ah, he hit a little one.
This is a little dink rod. That'll help.
Freaking swallowed it again.
He choked it again.
I need to feel them sooner.
The quality of fish here is unreal. I mean, our lake's 10 pounds win tournament, you know? Here, you gotta have 25 plus usually to win a tournament, so it's a huge difference and it's a lot of fun.
Most of these guys really jacked up about the prospect of fishing Clear Lake, and it's paying off for them. Let's get back to the weigh-in. Cal State University, Monterey Bay. Here's Matt Diaz and Andrew Sostrom.
19 pounds, 5 ounces, a new leader.
Diaz and Sostrom sitting on that lead for the time being. A lot of guys on pins and needles. A big change as far as the fishing conditions from day 1 to day 2. Let's go out to Chico State. We saw Andrew Loberg and Michael Braswell out there holding some big ones up. We'll see how it pans out here at the weigh-in.
At 16-14 yesterday. Need 24.5 to take over the lead. 24 pounds, 10 ounces, a new leader.
Leaders for now, but let's go back to the Aggies from New Mexico State. The other team, Tanner Cooper and Memo Nunez.
Watch out. I can already tell this is a big bag. 19.7 will put them in the lead. 25 pounds, 3 ounces. With that, we're going to say goodbye to you guys. Great tournament, Chico State.
Coming in and blowing this thing wide open. How about Tanner Cooper and Memo Nunez taking over the lead, also knocking out the Carhartt Big Bass of the tournament, 7 pounds and 15 ounces. So sitting in a great position, this history-making team who won the Central Regional Qualifier last year at Lake Amistad. But can they hold out the other team from New Mexico State? We're going to see what they bring in. Timothy Bailey and Jesse Scarafiati.
So it's bittersweet. If you guys take over the lead, New Mexico State's still going to have it. They need 23.15 to take over the lead. 19 pounds, 14 ounces. Second place, so you guys didn't move any. Second place right now.
Timothy Bailey, Jesse Scarafiati couldn't bust it over 20 pounds today. Of course, they had 23.7 on day number 1, but couldn't get it going today. So still in the lead. One more team to hold off. Our day 1 leaders, Adam McAndrews, Roberto Munoz from San Jose State.
We are about to crown a Western Regional champion. Looking for 22.5 to take it away from Tanner and Memo, who have already won one last year. 18 pounds, 12 ounces. They did it again. They did it again.
Tanner Cooper, Memo Nunez, again, they won in a regional qualifier last year, the Central Regional on Amistad Lake. Won that one. In fact, Memo Nunez fishing his first big-time tournament in that one, and they come back. They change regions, knock out 47 pounds and 5 ounces on day number 2, storming back to take the victory at this Western Regional Qualifier in Clear Lake, California. For this pair, the Aggies from New Mexico State, doing something that may well never be achieved again. The Carhartt Bassmaster College Series.
Best logo in college on that jersey right there. I'm sorry.
Very nice. Very aggressive-looking fellow right there. But we got to leave the West. Hey, we're headed back to Tennessee, Dayton, Tennessee, and the first ever BASSFest for the Eastern Regional Qualifier. That when we return.
That's 5, baby. Good one.
Welcome back, 2014 Carhartt Bassmaster College Series. This is it, the road to the championship, and it leads through the regional qualifiers across the nation. That's where we've been taking you throughout the season so far of 2014. And some great college teams in action. Some of them are qualified already for the championship, but more qualification yet to come. One more regional qualifier and a wild card as well.
So welcome back to the Toyota Bassmaster Studios, and we get ready to start this Eastern Regional, a special place. It's BASSFest, the first ever in Dayton, Tennessee, this sort of midsummer gathering of sort of a family reunion for everything about pro bass fishing, with college and high school thrown in as well. A super event.
I think one of the interesting things about that tournament is you could see these college anglers walk off the stage and just go walk over to Kevin Van Dam and Aaron Martins and some of the college anglers that we covered through the years. If you think about that in a big scale, think about taking your pads off in a college game and just going and mingling with Drew Brees and Aaron Rodgers. It was unbelievable to watch.
An incredible experience for these guys.
Yeah, a lot to observe here at BASSFest. One of the things is we're seeing guys who we've formerly seen competing in the college series out here on the pro side, including Brock Mosley, actually went back for the second chance day and fished his way back into this tournament.
Be a big one. Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah! Yeah!
Exactly. You also look at Stephen Moy from Illinois, who's doing phenomenal, well, in this tournament right here.
Absolutely. All these names popping up, and here's a guy young enough, as young as any of our college competitors just about, Jacob Wheeler, who wins the tournament on the pro side here at Chickamauga as part of BASSFest in a stunning performance on that lake. So Jacob Wheeler at 23 right there, beating the best in the world. Young talent, that's the story in the pro bass fishing world, and we're covering it here in the Carhartt College Bassmaster Series. This Eastern Regional Qualifier, one lake up from Chickamauga, Watts Bar Lake. It flows by Knoxville, Tennessee, but a lot of the same principles.
Exactly right. Whenever you go to Watts Bar, you're dealing with the Tennessee River, and this team always shines. Bethel University, Brandon Kuhn, Blake Welch with a solid day, 13 pounds, 13 ounces.
Impressive stuff from the guys from Western Carolina, Austin Neri and Zachary Hicks, good enough for second place, including the Carhartt Big Bass of the tournament, but the best of all, University of Tennessee.
16 pounds, 5 ounces, a new leader.
We knew what we were going to do. We could either go catch a bunch of fish like everybody was trying to do, or we could go for those big bites. And so we decided we can go for big bites, and we were literally looking for 5 bites. I think we caught 9 fish, 1 that didn't keep, and the rest of them, the first 5 we caught we kept, and we couldn't cull the whole day.
Great performance, Tyler Wozniacki, Matt Beeler. Tyler Wozniacki from Franklin, Tennessee, and Matt Beeler, a local if ever there was one, and this one lives right in the city of Knoxville right there, so lots of knowledge of Watts Bar Reservoir. These guys did poorly in a regional qualifier earlier. They know they've got to qualify here. They don't want to have to go to Pickwick for that second chance, that wild card.
Exactly, and this team really not focusing on first place, really focusing on just making the cut.
If you finish in the top 12, you make their championship. So that's our ultimate goal, because if we don't make that cut, we're done with college fishing. We both graduated last month.
One thing, trying to fish on a college budget, you kind of skimp out on some areas, but this tournament, I feel like since it was both of one of our last chances at a college tournament, I feel like we've gone and given it 100% and ran where we wanted to run and stuff like that. So I think the key is just getting away from the rest of the field, which we've managed to do pretty well lately.
Our banks got pounded this morning, and we come up here, and I haven't seen a boat fish this bank all week. There he is. He's coming straight to the top. Oh, get it. Oh, yeah. Finally, that's a little bit better.
Get him in there.
It's about a 3-pounder. There we go. That hook just fell right out.
How far up was he?
He was about at the boat. Catch a few more of those, we'll be in business.
See him jump right at the boat?
Dude, he took off. I definitely got to retie though. That hook was just laying in the net when he jumped. I guess he threw it. Yeah, that's about the bites we was getting yesterday. And maybe like this bank, we in practice, we caught him when it was cloudy. Yesterday it was sunny when we hit it. Did not catch when we had a few bites, but nothing like that. I got him. Oh, stay on there, you're a keeper. If that's not a smallmouth.
Oh, you're good, you're good, you're good.
Come on. He's gonna come right here. Yes.
Beeler and Wodzinski, team locals, if anything. If any team's a local, they are, but they said, we've had a very bad practice here. Did not have their hopes up high, but knew they had to make it in to qualify for the national championship here on Watts Bar Lake. Doing what they set out to do, stay away from the crowds, find a few key areas on a successful route right now, but can they hold on to take the win? Not if these guys have anything to say about it. The team from Western Carolina and 3 or 4 other teams certainly within striking distance. Plenty more action to come from Watts Bar Reservoir in our Eastern Regional Qualifier. And the Carhartt Bassmaster College Series continues. Dayton, Tennessee, and BASSFest. Eastern Regional Qualifier, Carhartt Bassmaster College Series team from Tennessee on the board, took the lead into day number 2. Guys in second place, Western Carolina, had a tough day number 1, but they got there.
First thing in the morning, ended up running up, tried to take a shortcut, took out a stump, bent up the prop real bad, lost the skeg, bent the prop shaft. Somehow got on plane, got to our spot, filled the boat with our 16. Couldn't plane out, ended up calling in. Evan Rude guys came out, brought us a new prop, and we ended up limping back in and weighing in just in the nick of time, having 16 pounds. And we got to run our game plan, but we didn't get to run our full game plan. So we got a working boat today and pulling water. I'm excited, I think Zach's excited, and we're gonna make it happen, so.
Here it is. So where Mama had that 10-pounder come out yesterday right here, splash at the boat. We didn't have her hooked. She just followed this bait out to right about here and went boom. That's a good fish.
Yeah, better fish.
One in the boat.
Should be 15.
Huh?
He might be.
Nah, that's a keeper, dude. That's definitely 15. Choke that sucker down. We're having a hard time. Sometimes they're short striking real bad. And we're trying to just let them eat it a little more.
Oh yeah, we're good.
We're Gucci, buddy. Good job, man.
Yeah, you're Gucci. I don't know what that means. Sounds hot there. Austin Neary, my guy, in a big way. And the other, Tommy, you made a comment a while back, looking at Neary right there. A striking, I'm not going to say resemblance, but just the mannerisms of a young Michael Phelps, is what you said?
Absolutely. He's kind of got that carriage of a champion.
Exactly.
That's why Western Carolina is dangerous here. This little boat dock area, with all the brim, all the shad swimming around, they have mined this thing for good results.
Exactly right. Putting solid keepers in the boat. Says both of them, one of their hobbies, following others on Twitter. Gotta love that right there.
Yes. I didn't know that. Well, University of Tennessee, we haven't checked out their hobbies yet, but boy, they did a great job on day number 1. 16 pounds, 5 ounces took the lead into today. We saw earlier, they struck early, a good fish early on, those little cuts in the deep-walled banks there. That's what they're looking for.
And one of the things on the Tennessee River that we talked about it earlier is timing. And these fish, they feed on schedule. When there's water movement on this lake, whether it's generated by the dam or you see a storm come in like this, that is what puts these fish on the feed. These guys aren't catching 30 or 40 fish a day. Literally, they're getting 8 to 9 bites and trying to make the most of those.
You have one? You have one? If that's a fish, it's just coming. Yeah, yeah, it's a fish. Oh, he's on this side. He's on this side. Oh, yes! Woo!
Get you some.
Thank you, Lord. I mean, he never hit. I was pulling over that rock and it just kept on pulling.
How far out was he?
He was probably about 15 foot of water. He's deeper. That pressure's gone now. Just caught our limit. Finally, it's been struggling. This rain has helped us. Caught about 3 in the past 20 minutes, with that one being the keeper. 2 shorts up there. But this bank, we practiced it in cloudy, like nasty weather like this, and we caught a good one then. Yesterday it was sunny, nothing here, and today we caught 2 good keepers off of it. With another just 15-incher.
UT, the Vols, trying to hang in there on pretty much their home waters. Meanwhile, the onslaught from Western Carolina, Austin Neary and Zachary Hicks in full rain now.
And they said before this day started, in no way, shape, or form, Tommy, would they put on a rain jacket.
No. Dude, he just hit the ever-living out of that thing.
Oh, go ahead, man, go ahead. Let me interfere with you.
Come on, baby. Oh, he's got it.
Yeah. That's 5, baby.
Yeah!
Good one.
Whoa!
Fish too, dude.
Look.
Let's get the kicker, man. Kicker time, baby. Big baits and a lot of smiles. Shoot, yeah, man. I cannot believe he came back and hit that. Yeah, baby. Oh.
I mean, it depends on what Tennessee's doing, but I'm sure someone sacked him up pretty good. I bet you it's a good topwater morning for somebody. But what that allows is for us to do it. At least try for it.
I'm going to give it to you one more time. Big baits, lots of smiles.
Absolutely. Western Carolina with a big lick right there. Back at the weigh-in, though, Lance Gare and Robbie Moore from Tennessee, Chattanooga. The Moccasins coming in with 19.6 to take over the lead. So can Western Carolina come in with enough bass to get over that mark?
16 even yesterday. 5 fish looking for 15.3, 12.6 in second place with 28 pounds, 6 ounces. Digging deep and hold them high. You are in our top 12 and do not need to sweat it out.
Not going to be a win, but qualified for the national championship. Meantime, University of Tennessee had the lead to start the day. But Chattanooga, did they hold them off?
5 fish looking for 14 pounds, 14 ounces to take the lead. 14-13 for a tie. 14 pounds, 4 ounces.
UT Chattanooga, the Moccasins win the Eastern Regional, but as we come to find out, list day almost didn't happen at all.
This morning, he called me 19 times. I almost overslept. We since we're so close.
Almost.
We actually pulled into the, as they're calling our boat off.
19 times. I was about to go home. Thankfully we did.
Well, you see, the night before, just outside of Dayton, Tennessee, there was a rave that he was at. Till about 4. No,
okay,
Tommy.
Got it, yeah.
I'm lying. That was a scolded joke.
At any rate, congratulations to the Moccasins. UT Chattanooga, Guerin and Moore, 31 pounds and 2 ounces to win the regional qualifier. You see Tennessee, Western Carolina, Eastern Kentucky, Bethel in there as well. All the top 12 going to the national championship. Speaking of which, if you didn't make it here, you got one last shot. You've got the wild card event coming up from another Tennessee River fishery. Yes, sir, Florence, Alabama, and Pickwick Lake. We return.
Got him. Oh, good catch, Dale. Good catch. I was like, I'm at a bad angle, son. I'm at a bad angle.
Carhartt Bassmaster College Series 2014. It's the road to the national championship. It's all about the regional qualifiers. Well, we have wrapped up all of the regional qualifiers, 2 of them in this show, the Eastern and the Western, but there is one last shot. If you haven't qualified yet or you just want to fish one more tournament, you head to Alabama, Tennessee River, and Pickwick Lake for the wild card event.
Yeah, and Pickwick Lake, this is no joke. Throughout the entire country right now, you can throw this lake really at the top of the list, not only just for numbers, but numbers of big ones. So, well, if you're going to show up to Pickwick, don't weigh in 20 pounds of bass because you will get lapped by the rest of the field.
This is the 2014 Carhartt College Bass Wild Card on Pickwick Lake. We're from the University of North Alabama. We're going to go out there today and give it our best. We're just going to run and gun, hit ledges all day and hope for the best.
Yeah, it's been pretty tough practice. A lot of the competitors have been on the same water, fishing the same ledges. So really what we decided to do is really go out of our way to find some little small obscure areas that aren't holding as many fish, but they're holding 5 to 10 fish that usually are a lot more apt to bite than those bigger schools. So that's what we're going to focus on today and try to cover a lot of water.
North Alabama, Florence, Alabama, the hometown team here. Rob Young and Dawson Lentz, all they said was, we want to stay away from the community holes. That's our job.
And they're ditching that game plan, stopping on another area because of the fog right now. And this fish was in the first 3 casts.
Yes! That's how you start it right there, son. Get out there. That's how you start it right there. UNA, baby. School of the year. Let's bring it home.
I didn't sleep well last night. I didn't think that they were going to be there this morning. And when we graphed over it and saw that there was, a school of about 8 to 10 fish, we felt pretty good. We're like, okay, maybe we can catch them. And like you said, the sledge fishing, usually the biggest one will bite first. The second cast out the biggest one we had today.
and just kept rolling from there. We had our limit in 30 minutes for about 18 pounds and rolled up from there.
Got him. Man, you hit it like 3-4 times.
Looks like I need to pick the swim bait up. Awesome, go on.
Got him. Oh, good catch, Dale. Good catch. I was like, I'm at a bad angle, son. I'm at a bad angle.
Hey, good catch, Dale. Dale, I mean it. It's a good catch. That is. And not only that, here, real quick, I want you to look at what they're doing right there, doing some deep water swim baiting. And really, these fish on this lake have seen so many crankbaits back to when Greg Hackney won the FLW here a couple weeks ago. A little dialed in on that crankbait deal. A lot of guys throwing hair jigs, giant spoons, and swim baits now.
Well, Rob Young from Rogersville, Alabama.
Throw a big worm in there, too,
Yeah. And Lentz from Peachtree City, Georgia. Powerful combo, the hometowners from North Alabama as we head over to Mississippi State. This is Justin Atkins from Columbus, Mississippi, and Joseph Marty, student from all the way up in Wisconsin, doing well at Mississippi State.
Come on, bite it. There he is. Finally want to go in the box.
Justin Atkins from Columbus, Mississippi, fishes the Tennessee Tom Bigby Waterway, and he says, knowing that, you know I take every chance I can get to go over to Pickwick because it's so much better there.
Exactly, and if you heard him, it was a little bit of a slow morning, and the main thing you always hear is ignite the school, and what ends up happening in this, if you've never been to the Tennessee River, you could be sitting on those fish for an hour or two, nothing biting. When you ignite one to bite, gets those schools in competition, and they absolutely explode.
I don't know what no, we got each other somehow or another. No, you got one. No, I got one. It's on somebody's line. I don't know who's got it. Come back here. Just come back here. I don't know. Just give me that.
I felt something tugging on. Something's going on here.
Please don't put that on camera.
I don't even know whose line that is.
It's yours. It's like a 5-pounder. Our lines are wrapped up. Oh my gosh. Give me 5. I don't care how we got to catch
that
them.
Is
Let's just catch
up.
them.
My goodness.
There we go. That's a good one, dude. Found it for me.
Yes, sir.
Justin Atkins, the marketing major. Joseph Marty from Wisconsin, the graduate student, making a good, solid showing here on Pickwick. Good enough for 4th place. And now, if we've got dynasties in college bass fishing, we've got to talk about Bethel University. From their headquarters up in Tennessee near Kentucky Lake, these guys know what's up on the Tennessee River.
They're like the Alabama in SEC football, no doubt about it. It's what they're doing on Pickwick Lake right now, throwing a Ben Parker spoon. Tyler, you remember Ben Parker in the Elite Series?
Hold on.
He was there for a while, Tommy. Come on.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
The Ben Parker spoon, here's the best way to describe this bait. Trying to resemble a gizzard shad, which is about 10 inches long. Well, look at the size of that spoon right there.
Oh,
literally the size of your forearm, trying to mimic those gizzard shad. And the best part about this spoon, it obviously catches the right one, but it is work to fish this thing. But the great thing is, when you get a bite, generally, like I said, it's one just like that.
Dalton Wilson from Houston, Missouri, spent a lot of time in Springfield around pro bass anglers. Really knows his way around fishing. And Randall Morris from Dresden, Tennessee, and that Ben Parker spoon.
Exactly
right.
Good catch right there again, Dale.
Once again, great job. Good enough for the lead on day one with 27 pounds, 5 ounces.
We've already qualified for the national championship, so we come here with all intentions of just winning. Me and him's actually never won one of these. We finished second in 2 college events. I finished a 3rd, a 5th, a 4th, and we decided this was our one to win. We come here swinging for the fences. That was the plan going into today. Morning started out good. We caught our 2 biggest fish early, and Then after that, about 10 o'clock, our trolling motor batteries went out. We don't know what happened then. We got to go back and check that out. So we actually had to end the day pretty early, and we caught that bag early, which is good. Tomorrow, hopefully everything's set up for us boat-wise.
We spent a day and a half scanning. We come up with 31 schools, and today, for the most part, we try to hit them as fast and as many casts as possible, just to greaten our percentages. And we didn't, like you said, the trolling motor battery didn't last too long today, and we only got to hit a couple of them. But I think tomorrow will be pretty productive.
Bethel University, the dynasty of college bass fishing. Look at this. 2 teams on top at this wild card tournament. Wilson and Morris, Ross and Swims. And hey, look at Auburn Montgomery right in there. Jacob Numme and Tyler Strock. Jacob Numme, of course,
a grizzled old veteran.
Absolutely part of that national championship team with Tom Frink last year. He's looking to get back. He said, hey, I've been thinking about this all year. I want to defend and defend successfully. He'll have to make it in at this tournament because he's not qualified yet.
Attaboy. Number 1, let's go.
The Carhartt Bassmaster College Series is brought to you by Carhartt. And by Livingston Lures.
Carhartt Bassmaster College Series. So far, it's all been about the regional qualifiers. We've been south, we've been east, central, western, and so forth. But right now, we're down to the last event, the wild card event. Pickwick Lake, Florence, Alabama on the Tennessee River, and this is it. The last day of the wild card, your last shot at making it to the national championship, Chateaugue Reservoir in North Georgia. Some teams are here already qualified. They're just shooting for a win. So a lot of guys out there gunning for these big fish.
Hey, this is Bethel University, day number 2 of the Bassmaster Wild Card. We're in the lead right now. Bethel's actually sitting first and second. We're in first. We had 27.5 yesterday. Hoping to go out and catch them good like that again today. The only thing we're here for is to win. We've already qualified. So we are going out absolutely swinging for the fences today. We're gonna win this thing, or hero or zero. That's the plan for today, so we ain't letting up.
27 pounds and 5 ounces. Those are some professional results right there. That'll be a hard number to beat.
No doubt about that. If you really look at the top 10 weights, I mean, unbelievably impressive. But what these guys did on Pickwick Lake, and I mean a pressured Pickwick Lake. This lake has been throttled the last 3 weeks in a big way, and throttled by some of the best anglers on earth. What these guys did with that giant oversized spoon, very, very impressive. But no doubt about it, if you watch these guys fish that spoon, incredibly exhausting.
Well, these guys, another thing, a priority for them, get away from the crowds. Lots of tournaments on this lake today, and they ran all the way up into the state of Tennessee.
We actually been throwing the Ben Parker 8-inch Magnum spoon, and it's not like your usual spoon. You got to rip it, and then rip it and rip it. My hands actually got blisters on them. I got Band-Aids.
Our ribs are bruised up, my arm's bruised up. We feel like we can't hardly walk right now because we've had to work so hard throwing that thing. That shows how much we've been throwing it. I think that was the difference with it. As hard as we was working it, those schools are so pressured right now out there that it was getting a reaction out of them. When it pulls in front of their face that fast and hard and they realize it's big bait, and those big ones, they wanted to eat it that way.
Oh, baby. Get a little head shake to you. Hit mark on GPS. Never mind, just get ready to go.
Dalton Wilson, Randall Morris, Bethel University, and the Big Spoon. That's their story, and it's still a story that's looking pretty successful at this point in the proceedings on the final day of our wild card event, Carhartt Bassmaster College Series. Bethel University coming up strong, not too far from home. The other Bethel University team, let's get out to them right now. Dewey Swims, Cody Ross. Day one, they had a low boat number with the first on a big community hole, loaded up the boat in 20 minutes, 23 pounds of fish. Boat 104 today, so a little different.
Well, I think it's fair to say we've got a little bit of a local advantage going on with our number 1 and 2 teams, and that is the main key on this lake, knowing the muscle bars that have better than average size bass, because most of these bars have fish, but they don't have fish like that. You'll see this team switching over from that big spoon, going to a 10-inch worm, definitely starting the day out right.
5 of them be a good start.
Yeah. If we get a limit
We should qualify. I mean, I would think.
We will qualify with a limit.
We get a limit, it's gonna be like about a 35-pound weight's been lifted off my chest. I mean, there's no point in fishing if you don't want to win. But the main goal here is to qualify for the championship. And if we win, that's a bonus.
We're sitting in about 27 foot, throwing up into about 18. And they're tapering all the way up the bar. Well, at least they were in practice. I scanned it several times throughout the week when nobody was around, dude, and they were loaded here. We actually, after we got our limit yesterday, we decided we were gonna come up here and check it, and they were here yesterday, so we just gotta make it happen. Put it on me, biggin. Yes. All right.
Hit it right at the boat.
Oh my gosh, come on. Get him in here, Yes, sir! Yeah!
Yeah, baby.
Yeah!
That is what we need.
Good job, Dewey. Good job, buddy.
Hit it right at the boat.
It's a good way to start the morning. Come on, Lou. Let's go. We'll catch 4 more like that, and it's gonna be game over. Let's go, baby.
Yeah, baby.
That's a slaunch. That's what we needed.
What?
What did he?
What?
You heard him.
I'm going to tell you right
he
now.
He did use that term.
That is my guy.
Absolutely. I would imagine so.
You're my boy, Blue.
Bethel University looking good. Hey, Auburn Montgomery, and there's a familiar face. Part of last year's championship team,
and
Jacob Nummy.
Angler of the Year 19 years ago in college bass.
A little, not quite that long ago.
This is a community hole, so it seems. And I never fish it in tournaments because it's always packed out, and I don't like to fish around a big crowd. But, you know, if they ain't on over there, this is definitely worth a shot if you can have it to yourself and fish it the way you want. Even though that may end right now. But you can get right quick right here. It's a community hole for a reason. And we caught some studs here in practice, quick. If we can do that right now, we'll be golden.
Fish.
All right, good one?
Yep.
Get a little water.
Good one.
Put that right down.
Oh, coming up.
Thank you, Lord.
Go on.
Woo! That's the right kind we're looking for. We need 4 more. Good job, bro. Thank you.
Jacob Nummy went down to Okeechobee, did not qualify, had a misstep down there. He's got to do it here if he wants to make it back to the site of his national championship last year. Back to the Bulldogs, Justin Atkins, Joseph Marty running all the way basically to the dam in Tennessee.
Exactly, and they absolutely throttled him on a crankbait on day number 1. The problem right now on Pickwick is that bite doesn't last long. These fish are really conditioned to that bait this time of year. The best thing to throw in May and June, well, this time of year after they get conditioned, go over to a big, oversized shaky head, and that right there is the result.
5.
We started out throwing crankbaits, and then we figured out that
Yeah,
that
I
wasn't
mean,
working.
yesterday we caught more probably on the crankbait. We were getting bit, throwing a worm, but today the crankbait bite wasn't quite as strong. I mean, we probably weighed in, I don't know, 2 or 3 on a crankbait, but we ended up catching 2 key fish on a big shaky head.
That is a good one.
Ain't?
No, it's a good one.
Yeah. Oh, good.
Yeah. Put him in the bottom of the boat. Give me 5.
Yes. That's what I'm talking about.
Justin Atkins, Mississippi State. His ambition is to be a guide on Pickwick Lake there, and obviously he's got what it takes. 21 pounds and 6 ounces on day number 1. And now it is the last chance, the final day of the wild card. Can they take over the lead?
21 pounds, 4 ounces, a new leader to the ounce.
42-10 will do it for the Bulldogs of Mississippi State. Justin Atkins and Joseph Marty, who are already qualified for the national championship, looking to get a win here at Pickwick. And now looking to get back to the national championship. Here he is, Jacob Numme and Tyler Strock.
18-13 will do it. 15 pounds, 4 ounces, all the way up to 4th place, reaching there, guys. Auburn University Montgomery, 4th place.
Jacob Numme and Tyler Strock in the championship, and now over to Bethel. Dewey Swims and Cody Ross seeing if they can make it in.
Looking for 18-5 to take over the lead. They had 24-6. 18 pounds, 8 ounces, a new leader by 3 ounces. Reach in there, guys, hold up some.
Ross and Swims, Bethel University doing exactly what they had to do, taking over the lead on this final day of the wild card, but will it be enough to hold off Dalton Wilson, Randall Morris, also of Bethel?
Had 27-5 yesterday, looking for 15-10 to crown them champions of the wild card. 20 pounds, 15 ounces. There it is. Bethel University taking home the trophy. They took home the trophy last year. 48-4, 2-day total. Dalton Wilson and Randall Morris, your champions of the Carhartt Bassmaster College Series wild card.
Hey, all hail Bethel University. What a fantastic job. Yet again here in 2014, the 2 top finishers in this wild card tournament, Wilson and Morris, Ross and Swims. Of course, Mississippi State Bulldogs, Auburn, and North Alabama among the qualifiers from the national championship. So that's it for the Carhartt Bassmaster College Series. The field is set for the national championship now at Chatoog Reservoir. We had a great event last year. Tom Frink and Jacob Numme. Jacob Numme, who made it back in this year at the last minute at the wild card here. Good luck to him and all the rest of them. A very interesting reservoir.
It is one of the prettiest places you can go on earth. But rewind to last year, you look at Frink and Numme. Number one, they have been in the college series for like 14 years. True veterans of it.
They are.
One of the best fish catches in the history of Carhartt College Bass.
On
Truly.
the rat,
yes.
on the rat right
El
there.
Raton.
Oh yeah, we kept playing it and playing it. We'll play it again when we get to the college national championship. But next time when we see you here, we're going to bring you the high school national championship from Kentucky Lake. Tell me you won't retire.
I am retiring.
Okay,
I'm
all
gone.
right. We'll be back though with the national championship high school the next time we see you.